My friend, for this Dusted Off series, it's for brass tacks. This is for you who have put your guitar in a case and let it just sit in there in the darkness and coldness. The idea is whip that sucker out of that case, put some strings on it, and tune it up. We know you know how to play a D major. We might know that you know how to play a D major 7, but when you move this note down to find a D dominant 7, the D7 becomes something called a secondary dominant, or a 5-7 chord. In each key, there's a fifth. In the key of C, it's G. So if we play G like a G7, it feels like our B diminished. There is so much more music that you can learn besides just major scales and besides minor scales. Even going through the process of hearing the diminished runs, you can also feel augmented chords utilizing that sharp 5. A lot of our chords, like when we play a G minor 7 flat 5, is great because you could really hear the tension being built there. But if none of that makes sense to you, how do you get to the point where you actually get the willy 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 and solo? Well, here it is. It's hard. You got to put in the time. You got to do downstrokes. You got to do upstrokes. You got to see what alternating eighth notes is. You got to be able to do them in 16th notes. You want to be able to see chords as being movable and tangible. Stuff that goes major, 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 major. This is boring. So we have majors, minors, minors, majors, majors, minors, diminished, and then back to majors. When we start seeing there is a rhyme and reason to the 7 notes in a scale, there are multiple ways to play each scale, and all we're really looking to do is to pick up on those 3 pattern scales. Now here's what I have to say to you. It's not easy. You have to have an instrument that's in tune, that's set up. You have to have the patience to sit down for 5 minutes and play scales and exercise. You gotta get your hands and your fingers working together. You need to be able to use a pick and then put it away so you can do finger style work, like could help if you know what add chords are. Could help if you know what 7 chords are with add additions, extensions, 9s, but you don't need to know what any of these things are to actually just put your fingers on the fretboard, learn a couple chords from some channel and some person trying to talk about music. So dust off that old guitar, set yourself a quota of playing 15 minutes a day, make 5 of it doing something that's repetition from the day before. So if you play in the key of G, G major, C major, D major, back to G, oh yeah. Every day do that for 7 days. On the 7th day, try and think of what's the relative minor of G major? Oh, it's E minor. What's the relative minor of C major? Ooh, A minor. What's the relative minor of D major? Gee golly whiz, it's B minor. So if you did all week, maybe you can do, which sounds very similar, doesn't it? By adding vocabulary like relative major, relative minor, you will stumble upon G major, you will stumble upon E minor as being the same key. They both share a sharp. That sharp is F sharp. So when we play modes, we're just switching where the intonation points are of these notes. So when we play a G anywhere, it's gonna wanna go and feel like the note right before it is gonna lead right into it. So our F sharp diminished feels like a D7. If you're playing a progression and you're like G, yeah, C, D7, and a G, that little movement is super common. Being able to know that it's not a D major in root position, it is not a D major 7, moving just one of the 3 notes, D, F sharp, and A, down to a C sharp, so you now have 4 notes. But now this chord that has 4 notes as well isn't a major 7, it uses the minor 7. Having the vocabulary won't help you to like play any better, but I guarantee you, if you take the time to do finger exercises, you learn what the names of scales are, certain things start occurring to you. Like almost all music is viewed through the eyes of the major. If we alter that major in any way, shape, or form, we get a set series of patterns or notes or movements between a major second, sometimes a minor second, then a major second. And then sometimes we'll have like a major second, minor second. And these right here become where our scale patterns actually are. And once you learn it once, you don't ever really have to learn it again. As long as you use the right fingerings, everything is the same. So I don't know where you were when you picked up your guitar, but I know where you are right now watching this. And if you want to dust off your guitar, I'm here for you. My name is Wago. This channel has 10,000 videos on it. I assume 4,000 of them are probably about guitar, how to play modes, how to play scales, how to get accustomed with progressions. And guess what? I'm always here for you. Put a little comment in the comment section. Keep it clean and classy, and I'm here for you. Aloha.